Hey everyone! Today I'm going to talk about the IELTS listening test, how it works, what to expect, and some tips to help you do your best. Whether you're preparing for the test or just starting to learn about it, this video will break it down in a simple and easy way. Let's get started. A listening test is just a way to check how well you understand spoken English. You will listen to people talking, maybe in a conversation, giving a speech, or explaining something, and then answer questions about it. It's all about how good are you at catching details, understanding words being said, and following along. It's super helpful for real life situations like studying, working, or even traveling abroad. Okay, the IELTS listening test is actually pretty straightforward, but you gotta stay focused because the audio plays only once. It's about 30 minutes long and there are 4 sections, each with 10 questions. So, if you are looking for sample questions for the IELTS listening test, there are tons of places where you can check out. First, the official IELTS website has free practice tests that are super helpful. Just Google it and you will find them easily. If you like books, the Cambridge IELTS is awesome. They are full of real exam questions and they come with audio too. There are also websites like IELTS Listening or IELTS Online Test where you can practice for free. Plus, YouTube is packed with IELTS tutors who share practical questions and tips. In the first section, it's like two people having a normal conversation. Maybe someone booking a hotel or asking for a course. Super easy stuff like names, dates, or addresses. The second section is just one person talking, maybe giving information about a tour or an event. Sometimes there's a map or something, so you just follow along. Then in the third section, it gets a bit more serious. It's like students talking to each other or with a teacher about a project or assignment. You will need to catch who says what. It's more about their opinions or ideas. The last section is usually a lecture. Just one person talking about a topic like science or history. It's all about grabbing the main point and key details. You get questions like fill in the blanks, multiple choices, or even matching stuff. You write the answers while listening. And if you are taking the paper test, they will give you 10 extra minutes to transfer your answers neatly. Now, here are some tips to do it correctly. Read the questions and options carefully so you know exactly what to listen for. This will help you stay focused and avoid feeling lost when the recording begins. I know the time is short, but here's a tip. After each section, you will get about 30 seconds to check your answers. Instead of double checking, because there is usually nothing much to fix, use that time to preview the next section. It's a smart way to gain some extra time for preparation. Next, underline the keywords in questions. While reading the questions, highlight important words like who, where, or why. These keywords will guide you on what to focus in the audio. If the answer choices are long, underline the main points in each option. It helps you quickly compare them with what you hear, saving time and reducing the confusion. Then listen carefully and understand the meaning. Don't just match words from the audio to the options. Instead, focus on understanding the overall meaning of the conversation. The key here is to listen for synonyms and paraphrased phrases. The words in the audio might not always match exactly with the options, but they will often mean the same thing. That's why it's really important to get comfortable with synonyms and paraphrasing. If you can, try to learn common synonyms and practice how ideas are rephrased. This way, you will be able to recognize the meaning even if the words are different, which will help you choose the right answer every time. And then, keep an eye on the next question. Once you have answered a question, quickly glance at the next one. The audio moves so quickly, and if you are already thinking ahead, you will be ready for what's coming next. This will help you stay focused and keep you from missing important details, so you don't get caught off guard when the recording shifts to a new topic. It's a simple way to stay organized and make sure you don't waste any time. Then keep moving forward. If you miss a part of the audio, don't stress or get stuck. It's important to keep moving forward. If you focus on the part you missed, you will likely miss even more. Instead, just follow the audio and stay on track. The recording will move quickly, and staying focused on the next part will help you get back on track without losing more points. Beware of misleading information. Sometimes the audio might try to trick you with information that's not fully clear or may change during the conversation. For example, imagine someone says the price of the service is $150, but then they hesitate or apologize and says, sorry, it just went up by $30. In that case, the current price isn't $150 anymore, it's $180. So, always pay attention to the details, especially if the speaker changes or updates the information during the conversation. Don't just go with the first number you hear. Listen for any changes, correction, or clarification to make sure you pick the right answer. In the real exam, you must use a pencil unless you are taking the computer delivered test. So, when you are practicing, make sure to use a pencil to get used to how it feels. Personally, I am opting for the computer delivered test, so I am practicing on a website that mimics the computer based test. I will share the link in the description box for you. But no matter which version you are doing, paper based or computer delivered, always practice in conditions that are as close to the real exam as possible. This will help you feel more prepared and confident on the test day. Writing in all capital letters might seem like a good idea to make your answer stand out, but it actually takes more time and doesn't give you any extra points. So, it's best to stick to normal writing. When you write, make sure your handwriting is clear and easy to read. This is important because if the examiner can't read your answer, you might lose marks. To help with this, follow the basic capitalization rules. For example, start sentences with a capital letter, like the price of the service is $180. Proper nouns like names of people, places, or organizations should always be capitalized. Don't capitalize random words. For example, don't write the quick brown fox. Just keep it normal, the quick brown fox. By following these simple rules, you will make your writing more readable and save time by not having to rewrite things in all capitals. Be careful with singular and plural forms. This is really important. If the question is asking for one item but you accidentally write the plural form or vice versa, your answer will be marked wrong. Trust me, I have made this mistake a lot, and that's why I'm sharing this tip with you. For example, let's say the question asks, how many chairs are in the room? The correct answer should be 2 chairs. If there are 2 chairs in the room, but if you mistakenly write 2 chair without the s at the end, it's wrong. The same thing applies if the question asks about a single item, like what is the name of the speaker? If you write speakers instead of speaker, your answer will also be incorrect. Here's how we can avoid this mistake. Always read the full question carefully. If the question says how many, you know it's asking for the plural form. Listen carefully for the s at the end of words. Even if it's hard to catch, keep an eye on the grammar in the question. Trust your instincts about grammar. If the sentence talks about one thing, use the singular form. If it talks about more than one, use plural form. For example, if the audio says there are 5 students in the room, you will know the answer is 5 students because the word students indicates it's plural. If it says there is only 1 student in the room, you will know the answer is 1 student because it's talking about just one. So, to avoid mistakes, just make sure your answers match the singular or plural form required by the question. Exactly. It's not about catching the information in the audio, but also about making sure what you write makes sense overall. Sometimes you might catch part of the answer, but it doesn't fit logically or grammatically. It won't be correct. For example, if the question asks, what is the main reason the customer is upset? And the audio says, the customer is upset because of a delayed delivery. Your answer should be something like delayed delivery. But if you write something like delivery without the delayed, it might not fully answer the question or convey the complete meaning. So listen carefully, but also pay attention to how the information fits into the context of the question. Your answer needs to be both accurate and logically complete. If it doesn't make sense, it's likely to be wrong even if the words are technically correct. Always take a moment to make sure your answer is clear and relevant. Map questions can feel like a treasure hunt. First thing first, read the instruction and question. Think of it like looking at a treasure map before you go hunting for the prize. Gotta know what you are looking for. Know your directions. Get comfy with words like north, south, east and west. These are your compass. Knowing them will help you find your way around the map. Understand the story. In the start of the audio, the speaker will tell you what's going on. Listen closely. This is your mission briefing, so you know where to start and what's coming next. Listen up for the starting point. It's like finding X on the map. If you miss it, you might get totally lost. Look out for position and direction words. Pay attention to clues like on the left, go north. These are the signals that guide you. They will tell you where exactly to go. Quickly figure out the other direction. If they mention north, quickly think about south, east and west. Use that little gap before the next part starts to mentally map it out, like a mini warm-up for your brain. With these tips, you will be the map master in no time. Just follow the clues and you will go back on track to find the right answer. Alright, to wrap things up, remember that the IELTS listening test is all about staying focused, listening carefully and using your time wisely. Whether it's multiple choice, map question or tricky directions, keep practicing and following these tips to stay sharp. With some practice, you will feel more confident and ready to essay it. So, get in there, stay calm and trust yourself. You have got this. Keep practicing and soon enough, the listening test will feel like a breeze. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next lesson.